That's the sound of an artificial heart, a heart that's keeping this man alive.
There's an amazing world different from what most of us know, where people are living and thriving without body parts that some would call vitally important. These people are quite fascinating with the way they achieve living a great life, devoid of some benefits many of us are used to. While some were born that way, others faced accidents or diseases that took away their body parts. Join us as we explore 20 of these unique people with missing body parts. Number 20. Tiffany Geigle. At the age of 33 and dealing with a rare genetic bone disorder known as Charcot-Levin syndrome, Tiffany Geigle began her journey to professional dancing. Her condition is often known to lead to a curved spine and a short neck and torso. But since back when she was a kid in Brooklyn, New York, Tiffany didn't let it stop her from taking dance classes like any other child. In her younger days, she had a dance teacher who didn't beat around the bush. While he praised her technique, legs, arms, and overall beauty, he also didn't sugarcoat the fact that he didn't see a future as a dancer for her. Tiffany understood the reality, even though deep down she wished things could be different. As time went on, she became more aware of how she stood out from her friends. Even the school officials tried to hold her back from certain activities, but thanks to her mother's determination, Tiffany found her way in. Despite facing setbacks, she pursued a business administration degree in college, occasionally sneaking into dance classes in New York because dance was the one thing she felt truly connected to. Heidi Latsky, the visionary behind an integrated dance company in NYC that welcomes dancers with disabilities, later got involved with her. Some time back, she had heard Tiffany's story and was adamant about having her join the dance company. It took some convincing due to her condition, but in 2014 she took the leap and became a part of the Heidi Latsky dance. These days she performs in multiple shows each day during the spring season in the heart of New York City. Tiffany's journey has been nothing short of surreal. Being part of a dance company was never on her radar, let alone seeing her face and body featured in Times Square. But even as her dreams turn into reality, there are still daily struggles. Tiffany faces laughter and teasing regularly in the bustling streets of New York. However, amidst it all, she remains grateful for the unwavering support from her family and friends. Number 19. Cassidy Hooper. Cassidy is an inspirational individual who was born in 2008 without eyes or a nose. Over the years, she has overcome many challenges and achieved remarkable accomplishments. She gained attention when she was 11 years old for her participation in track events at her high school. She has also worked as a concert usher and has been involved in charity events. Cassidy's story has been followed by WBTV, a news outlet. She recently achieved a significant milestone by earning an Associate of Arts degree from Central Piedmont Community College. Her motto, "I don't need easy, I just need possible," reflects her determined and positive outlook on life. Despite undergoing reconstructive surgeries and facing various obstacles, she has continued to persevere. Her college graduation marked a major achievement for her, and she expressed her surprise at how quickly time has flown by. Cassidy's journey is truly inspiring, and she serves as an example of strength, resilience, and determination. Number 18. Tina Earls. Back in 2012, Tina Earls started noticing a sore on her nose that seemed to pop up whenever she turned her head to the left. Along with it came a runny nose, some numbness on the left side of her face, and a constant itching that just wouldn't quit. By October 2013, she'd had enough and went to see a doctor. She was diagnosed with an infected hair follicle. Later in January 2014, she spotted a lump on the side of her nose. When she went to a specialist, it was brushed off, but the lump keeps on growing, despite Tina trying antibiotics and ointments. Getting seriously concerned, she went for a biopsy on April 2014, and she was found to have cancer. She then had a partial rhinotomy, a surgery where a part of her nose is removed. But even then, the cancer wasn't gone for good. Doctors needed to keep removing layers of tissue from inside her nose. It turned out that the cancer was nastier than anyone thought. Doctors suggested radiation therapy, but Tina's a mom who wanted to be there for her kids. This made her decide to see a specialist in Chicago from the cancer treatment centers, and she underwent more surgeries. When she was finally declared cancer-free, the doctors highlighted the risk of the cancer making a comeback. Tina asked to get her entire nose removed to slash the odds of cancer returning, and she has been living without a nose ever since. While it was a tough decision, and it changed how she looks, she's all about putting her health first. Number 17. Oscar Pistorius. The former sprinter from South Africa, Oscar Pistorius, gained international recognition for his achievements in track and field. Born with a congenital condition that resulted in the absence of fibulas in both legs, Oscar underwent double amputations before his first birthday. Despite his physical challenges, he didn't let anything hold him back. He competed in both Paralympic and able-bodied events, using specially designed prosthetic legs known as blades. He became the first amputee to compete in the able-bodied Olympic Games, which was a significant milestone in the world of sports. However, Oscar's life took a tragic turn when he was involved in a legal case that attracted worldwide attention. On February 14, 2013, he fatally shot his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, in his Pretoria home. He claimed that he mistook her for an intruder and fired shots in self-defense. This incident led to a highly publicized trial and legal proceedings. In September 2014, he was found guilty of culpable homicide, which is akin to manslaughter for Riva's death. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but served less than a year before being placed under house arrest. Subsequently, his conviction was changed to murder on appeal, and his sentence was increased. Number 16. Jaxon Buell. Jaxon Buell was a young boy born with a rare congenital brain malformation called microhydranencephaly. This condition caused parts of his brain to not fully develop, leading to significant physical and developmental challenges. Despite his medical condition, Jaxon captured the hearts of many around the world with his resilience and the love of his family. His parents, Brandon and Brittany Buell, became advocates for their son and others with similar conditions. They shared Jaxon's journey on social media, offering insights into his medical treatments, milestones, and everyday life. Jaxon's story became an inspiration to many, showcasing the power of love, family, and the determination to provide the best life possible for a child facing extraordinary challenges. Tragically, Jaxon passed away on April 2020 at the age of 5. However, his legacy continues through the awareness he raised about microhydranencephaly and the message of hope his family spread. Number 15. Terry Fox. This young man was a regular teen who was into sports like basketball, soccer, and track until he clocked 18. That was when he got hit with the news of his osteogenic sarcoma, a rare bone cancer. The surgery he underwent took his leg, and his world was forever changed. Terry had found himself in a hospital teeming with people battling cancer. The sight of all that suffering hit him harder than losing his leg. He was grateful for medical progress, yet he felt that not enough money was going into cancer research. He, therefore, decided to take things into his own hands. He set out to run across Canada, from east to west, to raise funds for cancer research. He kicked off his Marathon of Hope on April 1st. Day in and day out, he walked 26 miles on foot. With his friend, Doug Albert, and brother Daryl Fox in a pickup truck by his side, Terry embarked on this journey. He was walking and chatting up folks along the route, asking for contributions. Later on September 1st, 1980, Terry hit a wall while jogging in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Breathing became a struggle, leading him to the hospital. And that's when they discovered the cancer had spread to his lungs. However, his crusade lived on. Even from his hospital bed, the whole of Canada rallied behind his goal with a nationwide telethon. His determination earned him Canada's highest civilian honor, becoming a Companion of the Order of Canada. At just 22 years old, he was the youngest recipient of this award. Sadly, on June 28, 1981, Terry passed away, but his legacy was cemented. Before he left us, he managed to pull in a staggering $24 million for cancer research. He was a true legend. Number 14. Craig Lewis. Craig Lewis is a Texan who found himself at the Texas Heart Institute dealing with a super rare disease called amyloidosis. Hardly 10 million people worldwide have had the disease, and it's caused when protein layers start building up in your heart, kidneys, and liver. Sadly, there's no magic fix for this disease. Way back in March 2011, the 55-year-old man was in a tight spot. His health was so dicey that the doctors couldn't rely on the usual solutions. They had given him just about 12 hours left if nothing got done. However, surgeons had been trying for years to come up with a machine that worked as a heart without causing all sorts of problems. Two doctors at the institute, Dr. Billy Kahn and Dr. Buzz Frazier, had then figured out a way to pump blood without needing a heartbeat. They tested their idea on a calf named Abigail, where they took out her heart and popped in 2 centrifugal pumps. The cow was up and about after the procedure, living her best calf life, even though by medical standards she should have been a goner. After trying this on 38 calves, Kahn and Frazier were ready for human testing. And that's when they chose Craig Lewis as their brave test subject. He and his wife Linda decided to go for it. So they rolled into surgery and Craig came out on the other side alive and well. Now the old man is living fine with some pumps in place of his heart. Number 13. Bethany Hamilton. This woman is a source of inspiration for many due to her remarkable journey. At just 13 years old, Bethany was an up-and-coming surf star when a tiger shark, measuring 14 feet long, bit her left arm. While this could have dashed her dreams, her determination was unbreakable. A mere month after the shark attack, she was back on her surfboard, defying the odds. Within 2 years, she clinched her first national surfing title, showcasing her incredible resilience. Her ability to face challenges head-on and find strength in her beliefs and hopes became a driving force. At 17, Bethany realized her dream of becoming a professional surfer, a passion she continues to pursue. Beyond her feats in the waves, her story resonates with many due to her unwavering faith, dedication to helping others, and vibrant spirit. Despite her accomplishments, she finds immense joy in being a wife and mother. Bethany isn't just a surfer, she's an author, motivational speaker, and influencer who continues to impact lives worldwide. Her blog, online course, and mentoring program called the Ohana Experience focus on empowering young women to embrace their potential fearlessly. Her story reminds us that challenges can be stepping stones toward even greater achievements. Number 12. Vitoria Marchioli. Also known as the girl without a face, this young girl from Brazil was born with a rare congenital disorder called Treacher-Collins syndrome. The condition affects the development of facial bones and tissues, resulting in facial abnormalities. In Vitoria's case, the disorder has led to a lack of facial features, including eyes, nose, and mouth. Despite her condition, her story has gained attention worldwide due to her family's efforts to raise awareness and provide her with the best possible care and quality of life. Their love and determination have shone a light on the challenges faced by individuals with rare medical conditions and the importance of empathy and support. Vitoria's journey has inspired many and serves as a reminder of the resilience and strength of individuals facing unique challenges. Her story also highlights the power of compassion and understanding in building a more inclusive and compassionate society. Number 11. Kaylee Moats. Kaylee Moats discovered that something was wrong during her teenage years when she didn't experience menstruation like her peers. As time passed, she realized that her body was not developing as expected, leading her to seek medical advice. After undergoing various medical examinations and tests, she was diagnosed with Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome, also known as MRKH syndrome. It is a rare condition that affects the development of the reproductive system. In Kaylee's case, this syndrome meant that she was born without a vagina, cervix, and uterus. The diagnosis brought about numerous emotional and psychological challenges, as well as concerns about her future reproductive and sexual health. In her journey to address these challenges, Kaylee decided to undergo a surgical procedure known as vaginoplasty, which is a type of reconstructive surgery that aims to create a vagina. The surgery involves creating a vaginal canal using tissue from other parts of the body or using specialized medical materials. Throughout her experiences, Kaylee has been open about her journey and challenges. She's used her platform to raise awareness about MRKH syndrome, reduce stigma, and inspire others facing similar circumstances. Her courage in sharing her story has provided comfort to many individuals who may be dealing with similar conditions or feelings of isolation. Number 10. Paul Alexander. When Paul was just 6 years old in 1952, he caught polio. He was hit hard and couldn't move, talk, or even swallow for days. Now he's 77 years old and thriving thanks to an old-school contraception. The man has been relying on a massive steel fan to help him breathe for 7 decades. He's one of the last people still using an iron lung, a device that was pretty common during the polio outbreak. Despite his circumstances, Paul's spirit is unbreakable. In a chat with storyteller Mitch Summers, he shared that he had never given up and isn't about to start. The iron lung didn't put a halt to his ambitions. He pushed through high school and nabbed a scholarship to Southern Methodist University after getting turned down initially. Later, he attended the University of Texas School of Law, earned his JD in 1984, and carved out a career as a lawyer. Paul's determination knows no bounds. In 2020, he penned a book titled 3 Minutes for a Dog, My Life in an Iron Lung. He wrote the whole thing by hand, using a pen held in his mouth. In a video, he spoke about his desire to prove naysayers wrong and achieve the dreams he set his sights on even while in his iron lungs. Paul's story is one of resilience, pushing past limitations and embracing life's challenges with incredible strength. Number 9. Lexi Melton. Lexi's mom, Lisa, experienced some unusual symptoms during her pregnancy, prompting her to go for a sonogram at 27 weeks. That's when they discovered that her baby's face wasn't forming as it should. They ruled out common birth defects through prenatal tests, but the journey was far from smooth. Lexi decided to make her entrance 6 weeks ahead of schedule, requiring a cesarean section. Born at the University of Washington Medical Center, she was met by a team of doctors from there and Seattle Children's. They swiftly placed a tube in her nose to help her breathe as her jaw was unusually small. It was a tense time for her parents, as there was uncertainty about her survival. But Lexi, weighing just 4 pounds, proved her strength. Soon after birth and the nasal intubation, she was transported to Seattle Children's for specialized care. Over the years, Lexi has undergone surgeries and faced numerous challenges. Her parents and doctors have worked tirelessly to give her a shot at a more typical life with a new jaw. Now, after a journey of resilience, medical expertise, and personal efforts, Lexi's story is being shared. Number 8. Kyle Maynard. Kyle Maynard is an American motivational speaker, author, and mixed martial arts enthusiast. What sets him apart is that he achieved the remarkable feat of becoming the first quadriplegic to scale Mount Kilimanjaro without using any prosthetics. In addition to his incredible mountain climbing achievement, he also established a CrossFit gym, embodying the motto, "No excuses." Kyle was born with a rare condition called congenital amputation, which means he doesn't have hands or feet. His arms end at the elbows, and his legs terminate at the knees. Despite these physical challenges, he has overcome numerous obstacles. Throughout his childhood, Kyle navigated life like any other kid, hitting milestones along the way. However, things shifted as he grew older. He faced challenges in keeping up with his peers and needed help with tasks like feeding. Around his first birthday, his father made a pivotal decision to stop spoon-feeding him. He believed that Kyle needed to learn self-reliance and independence to prepare for the future. This decision marked a significant turning point in his life, pushing him towards self-sufficiency. His achievements now serve as an inspiration to many, showing that with the right mindset and determination, one can overcome even the most significant challenges. Number 7. Archie Innis. Archie Innis, the young boy hailing from Scotland, is rewriting the script on what's possible. Archie was born without eyes, in a condition known as anophthalmia, but he's far from slowing down. He's an extraordinary kid who embraces life to the fullest. From bike riding and drumming to conquering rock climbing, he's all about seizing every opportunity. You might be curious about how he manages these feats without eyesight. He has some remarkable skills up his sleeve, and echolocation is one of them. He uses sound waves to navigate his surroundings, showcasing his incredible adaptability. What's even more heartwarming is that Archie has his own dedicated Facebook page where updates about his journey and growth are shared. It's truly inspiring to witness him thriving and defying all odds. Archie Innis, like every other person on this list, reminds us that with determination, there are no limits to what can be achieved, regardless of challenges. Number 6. Teo Satrio. Teo Satrio was born without arms and legs, but he found his happiness groove by playing games on his PlayStation. Using his chin to control the gaming pad, he's become quite the expert gamer. Hailing from West Java, Indonesia, Teo's gaming addiction is evident as he seizes every possible chance to play. However, his talents go beyond gaming. With a pen held in his mouth, he's managed to learn how to write. Incredibly, he keeps up with his classmates academically and even tackles math problems beyond his grade level. Teo's journey hasn't been without its challenges, though. Initially struggling with insecurities due to his physical disabilities, he used to miss school due to low self-confidence. Thankfully, that has changed. Now a regular attendee, Teo's positivity shines bright. While he relies on others for mobility, his infectious laughter and upbeat nature make him a favorite among both peers and teachers. In the end, Teo Satrio reminds us that despite any obstacles, the human spirit can overcome and find happiness in the most remarkable ways. Now, it's time for today's subscribers pick. Behold these astonishing pictures. We've already unraveled the mystery behind the second one, who is Paul Alexander without lungs. The first picture, however, leaves a big question hanging in the air. What could have happened to the man in this frame? His face is devoid of both eye sockets and nostrils, and we wonder how he's able to live without openings that lead to his lungs. Could it have been from birth, like the Treacher-Collins syndrome? Or was it an accident? Whatever it may be, it is such a sorry sight, and we are proud of the man for holding on regardless. What do you think, though? If you have any idea who the man in the picture is or what led to his condition, let us know in the comment section. Number 5, Janelli Martinez. Janelli Martinez Amador is truly remarkable. Born with an uncommon genetic condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, which makes her bones extremely fragile, she's like a real-life version of Samuel L. Jackson's character from Unbreakable. Despite enduring over 100 bone fractures throughout her life, she's far from letting that slow her down. Janelli lives life to the fullest. Though she is still young, she embraces her condition as a part of her identity and a source of inspiration for others. Her incredible journey even led her to be featured in a music video for the band. Number 4, Henry Guster Molaison. Henry Molaison is a young guy from Hartford, Connecticut, whose life took a remarkable turn in 1953. His story rewrote the rules of neuroscience. Back then, his doctors decided to try a risky operation on him to treat his epilepsy, which he'd been dealing with since he was a kid. The idea was to remove the part of his brain causing those seizures. During the procedure, they drilled holes in his skull and took out a big chunk of his hippocampus and most of his amygdala, the part that looks like an almond. However, things went awry. Henry, who was 27 at the time, suddenly couldn't form new memories or remember recent events. For the next 55 years of his life, he lived entirely in the present, unable to retain new experiences until he passed away in 2008. His unfortunate situation ended up changing the game in memory research. Before this, people believed memory was spread throughout the whole brain. But thanks to Henry's unique case, scientists learned that certain areas play a key role in memory. After the surgery, Henry lived with his parents and later with caregivers, all the while keeping his identity under wraps. In scientific circles, he was known as HM, using his initials. A grad student named Suzanne Corkin, now a professor at MIT, later crossed paths with Henry. She grew up close to him and even knew the daughter of the surgeon who operated on his brain. When Corkin stumbled upon his case in the late 50s, she realized their lives had some intriguing connections. Her link to the surgeon's family led her to Henry. They spent nearly 5 decades together, her studying him and him experiencing life moment by moment. She wrote a book titled Permanent Present Tense. It's a memoir that delves into the intricate relationship between her and her subject, helping us understand the profound perspective of the man whose life left an indelible mark on the world of science. Number 3, Nathaniel Newman. Like Vitoria, Nathaniel Newman was also born with the congenital condition known as Treacher-Collins syndrome. The development of his facial bones and tissues were affected, leading to facial deformities and challenges with breathing, hearing, and eating. His parents, Magda and Russell Newman, have been advocates for their son and others with Treacher-Collins syndrome. Their story was featured in the documentary Wonder Boy, which showcased his life and their family's experiences. Nathaniel has undergone numerous surgeries to ensure his well-being against all odds. Despite the challenges he faces, Nathaniel's story has inspired many, and contributed to discussions about inclusion, empathy, and understanding for individuals with rare medical conditions. His journey, along with his family's advocacy, highlights the importance of acceptance and support for people with diverse appearances. Number 2. Andrew Wardle. Andrew Wardle discovered that he didn't have a penis during his teenage years when he started to notice that his body was developing differently compared to his peers. As he approached adulthood, he sought medical advice and was diagnosed with bladder exstrophy, a rare congenital condition where the bladder is exposed and the genitalia may not fully develop. For years, he navigated life without a penis, facing both physical and emotional challenges. However, in 2018, he underwent a penile transplant surgery. The procedure was a complex and delicate one, involving a team of skilled surgeons and medical professionals. Receiving new genitalia was a life-changing event for Andrew. The surgery not only provided him with a physical organ, but also had a significant impact on his overall quality of life, self-esteem, and emotional well-being. His story received widespread media coverage, and he openly shared his experiences, hoping to raise awareness about congenital conditions and the advancements in medical science. Number 1. Eric Ramirez. Eric Ramirez is a 22-year-old guy from Colombia who goes by the name Calaca Gol. He's known to have adorned his entire face and body with scary tattoos. The reason behind this look traces back to when he lost his mom at the age of 12. That event is said to have sparked his fascination with body modifications. He first got a tattoo of his mom's face on his back, but then he aimed to transform himself into a human skull. Therefore, with the help of a tattoo artist friend, he had the tips of his nose and ear cut off. It was intense, and his unique appearance quickly went viral online. Now that Eric's a father, he told a reporter that he's planning to go even further by removing his genitals just to look as flat as a decaying skeleton. He believes that at the end of the day, we're all the same, whether we're boys, girls, men, or old men. He has shared that he'd like to be buried 2 meters underground when he does as well. He finds comfort in being close to the deceased, feeling like it's a peaceful place without much pain. Interestingly, he finds pain to be like medicine for him. This young man has eye sockets permanently tattooed on his face, but not everyone's a fan of his ghoulish appearance. The media and some folks in Colombia have criticized him. However, if you check out his Instagram, it's packed with photos of fans running into him on the street and taking selfies. Even with the apparent disadvantage these people have, they made the best of it and continue to hold on for as long as they can. They are heroes, living life as it comes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.